That's why, like, you already burned the bridge. I'm out. And pieced it. Come on, YouTube, publish the broadcast. Holy shit. Please take longer.
Then I go over there. I can change the thumbnail. All kinds. It's just, they need to streamline that.
They give you the option and
to keep it up if you're doing
OBS to just put the thumbnail on it from your computer.
That'd be awesome. I may send a suggestion up the chain. There we go. Podcast tweet it.
I'm sure they're working on it, quote unquote.
They're probably saying, who's this fucking asshole contacting us for something like that? He is a nobody. Yes, that's true. Thumbnail.
OBS to just put the thumbnail on it from your computer.
That'd be awesome. I will never find it there.
Yeah, I had to make sure I could hear you on my stream. And thumbnail. Somewhere, right? I don't. There it is. Save.
That must be it. And there it be.
Okay. Tell me when you're ready.
I am ready.
All right. Everybody, welcome to episode 6 of 2 Random Streamers. It's late this week, but that's because life happens and shit. I mean, the 1 week Mike has vacation, of course, I have 100 different things, and I forgot about it Wednesday night. For the most part, I forgot about it, but so we're here anyways. That's the main point. We're here right now, okay? And it's being recorded in the middle of the day, which it never is, but this is like, I don't know, whatever. It's our podcast. We'll do what we want, okay?
That's right.
But it will be uploaded this week, so you won't be without it. Those who have been listening and downloading, I don't know who you are, but we did hit 10 downloads, which doesn't sound like a lot. For us, it's a lot. So, you know what? Let us have it.
And everybody that is doing it, if you keep going, we really appreciate it. To us, it is the most awesomest thing ever.
Share it with your friends, your family, etc. Even if we're only entertaining one person, hey, that's fine with us. Even if it's just you're just listening to it as background noise while you work, to kind of have something while you work or to go to sleep to because we're boring. Hey, whatever, man. Do you.
It works for us.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be, we was going to do physics, talk about physics, specifically Mandela effect, string theory, entanglement, etc., quantum entanglement, rather. But that's something I would need a lot more, like, not necessarily prep time. I know my material, but it's something that takes a lot of energy to prepare for. And yes, I didn't prepare for it, and Mikey didn't do the research as much, and that's fine. And for a mid-afternoon, it just seems like a very heavy topic. Okay, let's put it that way. And so we're going in a different direction to do, hold on, adjusting my mic here. To do social networking not social networking, excuse me, stream networking, like networking with other streamers and pros, cons, what to look for, how to go about it. Yeah, what to look out for, etc. And this is kind of Mikey's topics because I didn't know what to do, so I tossed it to him to pick another topic. You know how we guys usually do. He picks a topic, I pick a topic, and we alternate every week. But given the week and how it's been, we're going to let Mikey go twice because he's the man.
All right. Social networking. Because when you're a new streamer starting out, and don't fool yourself, it will be a struggle at the beginning, even in the middle, even maybe towards the end when you decided you had enough and decide to walk away. Some people do it because some people just can't handle the constant zero views, the constant, people just coming in and leaving, maybe if they're in for a half a second, whatever it is. So what has come about to that, as I'm doing some editing over here on YouTube, is a lot of people has turned to social networking. They jump into a streamer that maybe have 10, 15 views, more maybe. It just depends. Normally, people go for people that's got, less than what I have noticed, less than 50, because they seem to be a moderate, and they go in, chat them up, maybe drop some dimes on them. Then they're thinking, well, I've done all that. Well, then you start becoming a mutualist, and a lot of people become friends doing it. I've met a few people doing it as well.
But I'm his best friend. I'm his best friend. I want you all to know that. You hear me? You're on notice, all of you.
Last time he's doing the flex this morning. Yep.
I don't see. All I'm saying is I don't see you playing with other people nightly. That's all I'm saying.
That is true.
Yeah.
Then, so it's become a whole networking thing. But the good side of that is you're trying to get your name out there. You're trying to get recognition, and if the streamer you're going in that's got a moderate viewer, 20. If they kind of feel the same way, they will maybe raid you and give you some shout outs and stuff like that. But you also got to be hesitant on one point, because you can do a lot and not get a lot out of it. The next thing you know, you wasted 2 or 3 months trying to network with 2 or 3 streamers, and you've dropped some dimes, gave them some subs, and shout them out on here and there on all your social media, and you ain't got nothing from it. So how do you figure out? Heck, you can't. There's no.
Before we move on,
situation.
Go ahead. Let me expand on what you just said. So, like you said, sometimes you find these people, they got, maybe you have 0 viewers, you find a guy that's got like 12 to 15 viewers, and so you start kind of networking with them, and not networking so much, just building a rapport with them. And then, so yeah, like you said, and then you got to be careful, because like your time investment is like, so like when I've done it, and I've had, like, when I'm streaming, it's like, how do I want to say this? Like, I got to juggle like real life streaming, and then also catching these guys' streams, and then like networking with them. And the best way to do that is find somebody that's streaming when you're not streaming or doing real life shit, right? And so, but then that takes up that block of time that you normally have for like that you're gonna do other shit. And I've done that, and I've had some, like, they'll come in and drop a raid on me every once in a while, or drop a host on me, and but I put that time in, and then there's been people, and nothing bad about them, their life changes, whatever, but they just don't really stream anymore. So I spent that time building it up, and they'd raid me when they could, but now they're just not there, right? Like, one of them is, and he was a good streamer when he streamed. He just doesn't do it anymore. Is Lee Tensai. Him and we used to talk all the time, and then and he'd raid me, and I'd raid him, and whatever else. But then he decided, like, I don't know if he decided or not, but his life changed, and now he doesn't really stream anymore. And that was like, and he also does music, right? He does his own music, produces his own music, and that. So as part of a networking type of thing, I was playing his music on my stream when I was playing, and because it was very chill vibe gaming music, and I was playing his music on my stream and everything. Well, I asked him to make a custom piece for me, because get his name out there even more. And that's kind of when he stopped streaming. So like, it was like I was gonna pay him for this piece of music, because I wanted like my own custom. Because that would be, I thought that'd be a great way to network, right? I get my own custom like Blasphemy Games music piece, and I send him all the details of what I wanted and what I wanted it to sound like. And then he just never got back to me. But that'd be a good collab, because you got this streamer who has a decent following, and then you got me, which I only had that time. That's when I was getting consistently 5 viewers, which is much less now, because that's another topic. But
right.
Anyways, So we would have collabed, and every time somebody asked me, "Hey, where's that music from?" I could tell them, "Oh, Lead Tensai. He's the one that did my intro music. That's like, or my stream, my. I was gonna call it my not not intro music, but like my, I guess just my channel music and my brand music for my brand, I guess."
Yep.
And then he just vanished like off the face of the earth. So, and that was, I put time into that, and I'm not mad at him for it, but you just gotta be careful, man. You put that time, you put that effort, and then they just like up and fucking vanish, or they get they get bigger than they were, and then they just kind of forget about you, and then it's a so you wanna like Mike said, there's no way to like know. There's no way to tell a good person to network with. You just gotta kind of put yourself out there. Like, that's I know that sounds like, wow, fuck, why would I do it? But that's just how it is.
And the way is stating is streaming, because every day there's more streamers, and they said within 5 to 10 years there are going to be more streamers than viewers. So, and you'll go to, and if you want the views, and if you're trying to do this and try to be successful, yeah, you got to do something. And that's the bad thing about it. The networking thing has come about because you go into, and like last we said, you go into, say a day you're in 2 or 3 different streamers, a couple hours chatting them up, trying to get, them know them. Then maybe they'll ask you about, hey, when are you streaming? What are you playing tonight? And maybe their community may come over, but there's no guarantee, because I won't lie, viewers are kind of fickle and stubborn on certain points, because they'll watch this streamer that's playing the exact same game, but yet their setup may be not as good. It's just that's who they always watched for the last 6 months. You're playing the same game. You got a little bit of a better setup. You got your overlays, and everything's looking dialed in, and you try to be a little bit entertaining, joking around. Even if the other streamer's not streaming, even though they may have shout you out, they probably will not be coming over. Not saying not always, but a lot of times they don't, because it's an anomaly that I don't know anything about it. Some people rather watch some jackass with a fucking fake horse head than to come somebody that actually, showing their face and talking and not driving a simulated tractor. It is what it is.
Yeah.
That's a totally different subject. But when it comes down to doing this, if you spend a couple hours a day trying to watch streamers, trying to network, that's a couple hours you could be working on editing a video.
Mm-hmm.
Sending out a couple of tweets, working on your setup. It's a
Instagram.
fine line. Instagram, TikTok if it's still around, Facebook. There's so much other stuff that you need to get into.
Which, if you guys haven't watched it yet, what was it, episode 3 or 4 of our podcast? We go into all of that. That's what Mikey's talking about. Like, that's all that extra stuff you could be doing in that time. I don't know what episode it was. Do you know what episode it was, Mikey?
Let's see. Episode 4 is all about video editing. Episode 3, sponsor. Episode 2, talking about the gaming industry. And episode 1 is starting streaming.
So it was It was between 2 and 4. We talked about social networking.
Yep. But, and like I said, if you spend say, the 2 or 3 hours you're networking with other streamers trying to get viewership, and you could be doing an editing a video. I mean, what you got to kind of balance your time. What's be better? Just because you put a video up on YouTube does not mean you're not going to get the views. But here's the thing: you go networking into another streamer that's got a bigger like their community. There's no guarantee you're going to get views there either. Your biggest thing, the way I look at it, is I'd rather you build a brand. Like me, you see my logo there. You see Blasphemy's logo over there. That's our that's what we consider our brand. Thunder Ronin, Blasphemy Games. He's got the church in the background. Usually I got Lightning Gold behind me, but my exploits being a pain in the ass today. So
And
that's
I
just
and I would really like. Okay, this is just for like anybody who listens to get a full bishop priest outfit, but right now my spouse is super against it. She doesn't want our house to get smoked. Okay, she doesn't want no smiting going on. But with a big bishop hat and a gown with the thing, I want the whole get up. Like honestly, but she's currently adamantly against it. So
all right.
that's
But
all part of the brand. Is all I was saying. I didn't mean to cut you off. I
right.
just
No, that's fine. But you gotta work, especially when you're starting out. You're gonna start out. It's gonna be lonely. If you want to reach out to people, see if you can make some friends, which it's happened. We became friends because of a situation that happened in a totally different Discord and all that shit all happened. But then we started talking, and come to find out, we got a lot of things in common, and we play a lot of Fortnite together here the last couple months, which I still don't know why, but I still play that game. But
it's very polarizing for you.
it is. But I'd rather you work on your brand, fine tune your stream setup, get some YouTube, get some tweets out there. I'd rather you do stuff like that than try to network and, no better term is sucking up to somebody else's that's a little bit more popular to try to get their community over. Because the simple fact, if they do decide to come over, they're just going to keep you up and they're not really going to chat. Me and Blasphemy kind of feel the same way about this. If we have 2 or 200, we're still going to do the same exact thing. If you come in, if you're one or two people in there chatting with me all night while I'm playing, I'm ecstatic. If I have 2,000 people in there not really chatting, yeah, I got the viewership, but my thing is, if we ever blow up and decide to make big multi-million-dollar deals and shit, that'd be awesome. Probably never will happen, but I say probably because you never know. But the thing is, I'd rather build a small community than have a big. Like I said, we both got over 1,000 followers, which became a giveaway we did. That one of the ways to enter was to give us a follow. We got a big following, but when it comes down to actual community, it's small.
Right.
And I'm fine with that. Annotate Ladrier, all the time when they get time, they come in, they bounce between our streams because we stream at the same time right now. That's good. Would I like to have 20, 30 people in there chatting with me? Yeah, it'd be harder to keep up with. But like I said, 2 to 30, 2 to 2 million. I am not going to change what I do or how I do everything. I'd rather have 5 people in there chatting than 2,000 people just watching.
Right, and that's another thing. So, like, if you find time to, like, go try networking, like I said, you want to. Of course, Mike says you're better off using. If you haven't, like, if you're asking yourself, do I got time? Okay, have you put out a tweet today? Have you put out 2 tweets today? Because 1 tweet might not be enough. What's your videos on YouTube look like this week? Have you put one up? Or are you in the process of even editing one? Because if you're not in the process of even editing one, you're probably not going to get it up this week. Depending on your level of editing. Like me, I need to get one up this week, and I'll probably do it this week, and that's when I do most of my videos is Saturday and Sunday, as Mike knows. But if you haven't done any of that, have you made a post on your Facebook gaming page? Have you done any of this? If you got all those boxes checked and you want to go find a streamer, that make sure you're looking for a streamer that it's going to be streaming similar content to you. You don't want to go to like yoga instruction streamer if you're playing video games. Like that's
right.
Stupid. B, make sure you don't want to go to a stream because you're small, and so you're looking for other small streamers too to kind of network with. So you don't want to go to a streamer that has 800 viewers. Because not only is that chat gonna probably be fucking crazy, but they're not gonna their chat's always scrolling. They're not going to read it anyway. So just and 3, I know it's hard to judge character online, especially when streaming, because people put on personas and stuff. Me and Mike don't. Like he said, when you come to stream, what you see is what you get. One viewer or 10,000 viewers, that's who you're gonna get. Like that's how we are. But find somebody that's gonna be like that you think is gonna be a good like you vibe good with, right? So watch their stream a little bit. Don't just like go in there and be like, "Hey man, what's up? Yeah, I stream over here. Like let's collab." You don't even want to come out and ask for like some sort of collab or anything because it's tacky. They're on their stream. You don't want to promote your stream when they're streaming. Like the most I'll ever do is like be like, all right, man, I gotta go. Catch you later. I gotta go start my stream. I don't. I don't drop my link. I don't nothing. I just say I gotta go. Gotta start my stream. And they'll say a lot of times they'll be like, okay, cool, man. Have good luck with your stream. And like Mikey said, that's not guaranteeing any sort of traffic because I mean, me and Mike always tell our chats, hey, I'm streaming with Thunder Ronin. Go see Thunder Ronin. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. He does the same with me. Sometimes, every once in a while, I think it's very rarely we'll get a follower off of each other, and
Nah, really seldom.
very seldom. I think the last one I got was Whisked Eggs from your stream, and that
Yeah.
was like the first one I'd ever gotten from your stream in like months. And not that I'm not upset by it. I understand the nature of the game. They're over there to watch you. That's cool. I'm down with that. But so you got to make sure all these things are checked because if you just go into a stream blindly and try to network, and you don't want to waste your time. Like if you're gonna go over there and waste your time, you might as well be putting out another tweet. It doesn't have to be about your stream. Your tweet can be about anything. I tweet all the time about random bullshit. Did you see my Blasphemy Norris tweet?
I seen it, but I'm not. I was like, I really didn't. May have been over my head a little bit. Cause I was like, what the fuck is that?
That was Chuck Norris with my face on him.
Oh, I didn't. I must have to click the picture. I just seen where it said Blasphemy North. I just didn't click the picture. My bad.
It was my face on Chuck Norris.
I have to check it out.
But yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, bud.
No, you're good.
Like Blasphemy says, when you go into somebody else's chat, say they got 30 views, right? This is the first time you've ever dropped in. Or I'll just tell you what happened the other day on Twitter. We both got merch stores, which, if you would like, I will put a link in my video descriptions. But I decided to put a tweet on Twitter and about don't forget you get your some Sweet Thunder merch. You can get my logo, or I say fluff a lot in my streams, like what the fluff for the love of fluff. I got different things you can get. Self plug. But I did that, and I didn't realize it was a young guy. I mean, like school age young guy, like junior high school. I found this out later last night. He came in there and dropped his link in my tweet saying, hey, man, I'd like to have a merch store too. Could you help me grow? So he pretty much went into my Twitter, not knowing this kid at all, never met him, never heard of him. And he decided to self-promote because he probably checked out my channel, seen I had over 1,200 followers, and thinking he can get some clout going and somebody to his channel. So, me being me, I just typed in there. I typed in, so you really think it's cool what you did here? I want you to think about what you did and learn something from it. He deleted the tweet. I deleted mine. He came over here on Twitch and followed me. I was like, so I checked his out. He's, not even affiliated. He's only got like 45 followers now or something like that. So I sent him a message that if he needed help and really wanted to learn, to message me, but for what you did is kind of disrespectful. And he came back, he admitted, he apologized for self-promoting. And, we actually played together last night. That's how I realized he was a young kid, and we got the dubs, and he clutched at the end after I lasered everybody.
After you laid the groundwork, you said.
I did. I got most of the kills, but he finished it up because he's a hell of a builder. You know me. I'm a shooter. I'm not a builder.
Right.
And he's on controller, and I think he can actually take you in a build fight, but that's another story.
I'm not a good
But
builder, so yeah,
you're a
probably
lot better
true.
than I am. But he crushed it at the end. So, but the whole reason I told that is because don't go on somebody that's got more to try to self promote until you try to build the respectful relationship and they say it's okay. Because you do that, you're going to be called out, and especially if their community is really loyal, their community will come after you too. So when it comes down to it, when you start networking, if you decide to do it, it's a time thing. It ain't like the first thing you're gonna do. Hey, my name's so and so. I like it. I like your stream setup. Blah blah. 10 minutes later, hey, you mind if I drop my link and this? And they'll be like, no. I'm like, that's kind of disrespectful. Or sometimes they'll let you wait till the streamer goes takes a break, then they'll start dropping links like, hey, y'all not check me out. I'm a lot better, blah blah blah, and all this stuff. I've seen that happen too. Don't be that guy. Don't be disrespectful. Try to respect everybody, because if they got 50 people in there watching them constantly and they got a community, they built that. They may have not worked hard. I don't know. I don't know how they got it, but you got to think of it that way. They may have worked hard at it to get it. Be respectful for them. If you want to network, it may take you a month for them to even acknowledge that you're, hey, go check this guy out, or raid you. Like, oh, so and so's still on. If they decide to give you a follow, sometimes they don't even follow. You can follow them. They're like, yeah, who the fuck are you? Get out of here. So, be it's and like last said, you don't know until you get in there and you spend time the kind of character they're. Yeah, they could be a nice guy, like wanting to help a smaller streamer out, or they can be a complete asshole. It's got 100 people, and they're like, you know what? They'll ban you. So in between there, do you really? It comes down to it. How much time do you want to put effort into really networking with 10 people and may only get one out of it?
Right, and I'll touch on that because I've seen people try to do that, go into somebody's stream and people I've watched. I'm just like watching them. I'm not trying to network with them. I'm just watching them, and people will go into the stream and they'll be like, "Hey, bro," like, and then they'll like start dropping the stream link, and the guy will be like, What the fuck are you doing?" And they're like, "Oh, I'm just uh, like thought I'd, whatever." And he's like, "No, bro, this is my stream. Like, you didn't even ask." And then the guy's like, and this is like a real scenario I've seen. And the guy gets like the guy who posted the link gets legitimately offended. Like he's entitled to do that, and he'll tell the people, he'll tell the streamer, "Well, you're promoting your stream," and the guy legitimately like, "Yeah, it's my fucking stream. Like I can do that. That's like my right to do. Like you can't just come in and like start dropping your links like that." And like the guy that dropped the link is completely clueless. He doesn't understand why it's rude or why it's like he didn't ask. And the streamer even said, if you would have asked, bro, like no problem, I would have shouted you out. I would have like told people to check you out. But you just came in and started dropping your shit. Like that's really disrespectful. And as streamers, like especially me and Mike, we're very tolerant. We'll put up with a lot. I've had people come in and like while I'm streaming and be like, "Hey, can you like shout me out or whatever?" And I'll shout them out, or they'll come in and they'll be like, they'll just, and that's not exactly self promoting, but they're trying to promote something else that's not, anyways. And I'm usually pretty lenient on it. Like one guy came in, he's like, "Yeah," he was talking in chat for a while that night, and then he's like, and he was very polite about it. He's like, "I would post this link, but I don't want to like, I know this is your stream and I don't want to post this link." I'm like, "No, go ahead, dude. Like, post the link. It's fine as long as you are making me aware that it's gonna happen, and as long as it's not like porno or something that's gonna get me fucking banned or something. You can post the link. I don't mind." Uh,
Right.
saying that, however, there's that's the caveat I was going to go on to after I touched on what you said about people just. I would call that there's home invasion. That would be a stream invasion, right? Somebody's just coming in and just trying to fucking uh, just disrupt your fucking life on stream. And I know people don't understand. We've talked about it, you and I. Sometimes it takes a lot of energy to stream. Like sometimes it's like some weeks you're just feeling like, God, I really don't want to do it, but you gotta get on and you gotta give that same type of energy every night. Like, and people don't realize that. And then when you come in and you're like, hey, look at me. And especially if that streamer's having a bad day or week or whatever, they're well within their rights to fucking lay into you or ban you, like Mikey said. And honestly, I would say there's nothing wrong with that. Now let's talk about me and Mike. We've been over this time or two. Uh, Communities, stream communities, like small streamers on Twitter. Like small streamers, whatever, and their whole gimmick is we grow together. Hey, if you're active and whatever, then we will host your stream and I'll give you viewers. Or if you small streamers retweet, if you add us on a tweet, we will retweet every tweet we get added on, and they don't. So don't fucking do that shit.
Don't.
Like they're very selective about who they retweet out, and most communities are like that. Like they make these promises of, oh yeah, if you just stick with us long enough and you like hashtag us and you add us, then we'll host your stream. Which I've been a part of small streamers for like I don't know months, and I use their hashtag and I retweet and I add them, and I don't get. I've got never been hosted, never been even. They've never even retweeted anything I've like added them at. So those are the type of communities you want to look out for, because they'll promise all this great stuff, and you'll see them. Oh, they'll host this guy, and there's 60 viewers watching this guy because they're hosting him, and yeah, then nothing. Like you'll never see any fruit of that labor. And like Mikey and I say, they'll host people that are like, I know we've beat this dead horse, but I'm gonna do it again. Mikey and I take a lot of care in our stream and our layout and the entertainment that we give, and we do. We just that's who we are. And then you see these people that are just doing the bare minimum, and I'm not saying everybody has to like go out and like, but it's not hard to do a stream setup. Like it takes time. You gotta put some time into it, and you gotta put some little bit of effort into it for it to look kind of nice and clean. But it's not hard. I wouldn't say. I'd say on the technical level of a scale of 1 to 10, it's maybe a 3 or a 4, and most of that can be learned by watching videos. I think that's how Mike learned everything he's done,
Yep.
and he's come a long way. His stream looks clean and fresh and crisp, and me and him are always like changing things up, little things up. Not so much that we're changing the whole brand, but just little things. And so, anyways, I'm getting off topic, but we believe in quality. So these other streamers come around and they go, huh, these communities it's basically who, like, if you know somebody who has control of that channel, because it's usually multiple people that have control of that channel and that Twitter, right? And if you know one and you suck their dick good enough, guess what? You're gonna get hosted, and you're gonna get retweeted, and you're gonna get added, and that's gonna give you all like everything you need. So those communities, for the most part, are trash. I haven't found one that Mikey was part of, one Rogue Mafia Gaming or something like that, and I've been a part of quite a few, and they're just not. And the thing, I don't want to speak for Mikey on Rogue Mafia, okay, but what I got from it was, yes, he put in the work, he put in the effort, he did everything, and they're like, okay, we're gonna showcase this guy. He finally got to where they're gonna showcase him, but they didn't actually hype it up like they did with other people. It was
Yeah, I mean, like you brought it up, you pointed out, and I'm going to elaborate on it because that's one reason I left not too long after that. Because they got this thing where it's called the enforcer for that week or 2 weeks or whatever. Which pretty much they're supposed to promote you on all their social media, which they got a good following on social media. Supposed to put your link in there, and then when you go live for your enforcer stream, even the ones before that, they're supposed to, they got the meme bot and all that stuff. They're supposed to keep posting your link. Well, all the ones since I joined, the ones before that got all the social media attention. The ones after that got social media attention. Me, because I kind of rubbed like one of the big moderators the wrong way. I did not get put out there on social media. And I'm not saying they just forgot, because like I said, there was at least 4 before me that were promoted on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Their link was posted every day about their enforcer stream. Go check out this. The ones after that, there's at least 3 after that, because I stuck around just to see the ones after that. And see, you got to vote on who this enforcer is. The community voted to put me prompt that week, right? Social media, there's nothing on Twitter about, hey, go check out Thunder Ronan, here's his link to his Twitch. There was nothing on Facebook. So I brought that to her attention after my enforcer stream, which the ones before and the ones after that, they had probably 30 people in there watching, because it's been promoted all week, right? Like it should have been. I had, well, you were there.
Yeah, I was there.
And I had one other. You had like 2 or 3 people there. I'm like, so all that work about me being active in Discord and doing everything, going in, checking out everybody else's that I seen streaming, trying to get people to get affiliate and all that stuff. I just seen you ordered a T-shirt, brother.
I've been meaning to for months, and I just always forget. And I decided I'll do it now. Everybody, go get a fucking Thunder Ronan T-shirt. If you're listening to this pre-recorded, go to his Twitch page. He's got a merch link down there. Hit that shop now button. Get a Thunder Ronan T-shirt. You won't regret it, or you will. But either way, buy one.
That's right. And Blasphemy's got the same thing. Go check him out. Get his sweet, sweet mug on a T-shirt. But going back there, and so I got hold of, they call them copos, which that's their upper echelon in the Discord, about why was I not promoted on social media and all this stuff. And so what you say, we need to do better on our getting the word out there beforehand. I'm like, so why was it the ones before and the ones after did, but yet I did not? Didn't really get an answer. So I do what I always do on a situation like that. I go up to the Discord link. It says leave server. I left server. And it's the first time it's happened. It won't be the last. But you know what? I really don't join many servers like that anymore, because, like he said, it sounds good on paper. It looks good, especially if you're starting out. You only been doing it a week. You're like, oh my God, they can help me grow, get that affiliate and all that stuff. At the end of the day, they're in it. 90% of them are just in it for themselves. They'll promote those, keep putting their links in there, and they may pop in one time just to get you to come in theirs.
It's a social. It's a social club. Like either, and if you don't, like I said, and I'm very crass on this podcast. So, but if you don't suck the right dick or finger the right twat, guess what? You're just not. You're not gonna get promoted. You're not gonna get anything. They're just gonna fucking. You're not part of the club. You're not in the circle, and it's a very high school sort of scenario. And I didn't like high school, so I definitely don't like it when I'm 37 years old. I'm definitely not down for it.
And they'll keep saying, "Oh yeah, we'll come check your stream out next time you're on there, Thunder," or stuff like that. But do they ever come around? No. Oh, you play Call of Duty too? Oh, you play Fortnite? Yeah, let's get some games in. Do they ever play with you? No.
Negative.
I ain't saying that you may have the same experience. I'm just going by the experience that we have had, because that's how we met in a Discord and a Facebook. They're saying, streamers watching streamers, we are here to help you reach affiliate. We will sit there and watch you all, while you're streaming. With only 1 or 2 people got, 100% of the traffic error.
There was definitely individuals that seem to get most of the traffic. And I met a lot of streamers on there, like you and Zombie and God, Lee Tensai was from there actually. Lee
Yep.
Tensai, me and him, and I know you've watched Lee a couple of times, and you guys have had some interactions, and but like
Yep.
really for the most part, there was like a couple that really like benefited from it, and it like it was it, I started that group with Zombie and or
Yeah.
Zombie started the group and I was one of the first members and on paper, yeah, it was like it sounded like really good. And then oh boy, like it's still a group on Facebook and we there's members in it and some I think getting close to 200 members. It's not very well moderated anymore because it comes down to it comes down to for me anyways, and this is just me personally, I can't speak for anybody else who was on the page or whatever, uh but it got to where like okay, we got the page going, we got like 50 members, great. That's okay, now that we got Discord, okay, so we got Discord, and now with this Discord now like other some people just dream bigger than they can achieve, right? And so like we have 50 members and now on this Discord we're talking about like they want to do all this like very complex stuff for 50 people. Like it got to a point where you're just like we're not we're not like a Discord of 800 people. We don't need all this stuff
Right.
and then it gets to a point where like I start feeling exhausted trying to like defend the fact that we don't need this and they are pushing it and then they went off and made their own Discord server and like like a whole thing and the Facebook group is still there. It's still active. People still post in it. People still post their links in it. I don't know to what effect, but yeah. So point of that being is me and Mike met there. There was we tell this probably every podcast, but it's an okay story. So he was streaming there. This is when he first started out, I think, pretty much.
Yep.
And he posted his link and there were some people being just not friendly about it. Not on his stream, God forbid, that would be awful, but just kind of behind his back and instead of helping him and coaching him in the right direction, they just kind of made fun of him and I was like, well, what come on guys, like that's not what this is about. We're trying to help people. So I went over to his stream and I started watching and I gave you some constructive criticism here and there. I didn't go in on you like by any means, but I gave you some constructive criticism and he came miles from where he was. Oh my god, like and that's all it takes is a little bit of fucking constructive criticism, guys. You don't gotta like and so that group's still there and it's still active and what have you, but main point is it's just I'm not saying it's another one of those streamers retweet or whatever, but it's one of those groups that you use it at your own peril sort of thing. Like it takes nothing but 5 seconds to drop your link in there. If people come and watch, people come and watch. But I mean, do you want to? That 5 seconds probably won't yield maybe but one viewer, if that. So
Yeah, if that, because there's plenty of there's so many Facebook groups that do that. Oh, even if you go into any Facebook that says, streamers helping streamers, we're here to smelt the hot streamers, you drop your link in. You come in there and say one thing, not even dropping your link, saying, "Hey, everybody new here," you'll get 25 people just dropping a link. Come watch me. Come watch me. Come watch me. That defeats the purpose of a community. If you're trying to build a community to help small streamers starting out, just having people in there that's just dropping links and not really. You got to keep this. You got to keep it small. When you start getting too big, is when you get people in there that just wants the views and don't really give a fuck about anybody else. So if you decide to start a page, start it with, a handful of people, 5 to 10, Start there. And if somebody new comes to you, say, hey, I'll, make it a closed group. Hey, I'm really interested in wanting to stream. I like to learn. Could you help me? I want to help me. Could you help me reach affiliate? Get to know them. Bring them in. Once they get affiliate, in my mind, once they get affiliate, ask them, are you willing to put the work in for somebody else? Just that you just came to us. We got you where you wanted to be. Are you willing to do what we just did for you? If they say yes, keep them in the group. But if they stop producing what you're wanting that you just helped them, kick their ass out, bring the next guy in. Help them if they're really wanting to, and if they're wanting to learn, if they're wanting to take the criticism. Or to this day, anybody comes in my stream can suggest anything they want. If I change it, it's totally different. I won't be offended. I'm like, oh yeah, well, I made something I never thought of. I'm like, that is a good idea. And I'll look into it if it's feasible for me to do, and I think it looks good. I'll try it off stream. If I think it looks good, I'll use it. If not, I'll scrap the idea. But I will put the effort in to try it.
I still to this day, I still to this day give Mike critiques, and he gives me critiques. Like he made his intro yesterday, a couple days ago, whenever it was. Yeah. And I just made one little critique, and he didn't do exactly what I said. He did his own thing, but it was based off that critique and made that intro 1,000 times better. Like it's much better now. It's very fresh, very clean, very crisp, and that. But Mike knows if I say something, I'm not saying it to be. Well, if I say something related to streaming or video editing, I'm not saying it to be a dick. When we're playing games, I can't hardly say anything without Mike taking it a little bit cross, and then we get into a small back and forth about it, and then we both have to make a video about it to like show the other one what was going. Like it's become a whole thing. But when it's about when it becomes a video editing thing or a streaming thing, it's more of a And there's been things Mike has done, and I'm like, I really like that, and we're respectful of each other. He'll ask me, hey, is it okay if I use that? And I'll ask him, hey, is it okay if I do that? Like we don't just like take it, you know what I'm saying? We don't just like steal it. We ask, in that regard, imitation becomes the most sincere form of flattery. But if you just take it and start doing it, it's not imitation. Now it's just theft. Like you see what I'm saying?
I mean, that goes all back to the respect I was talking about earlier. Respect who, even if you like me and him, we've been playing together for the last couple of months, and we're getting our team works real good. Granted, we do get little squabbles back and forth because it's fun. Then, but if something comes up, like he did something cool, and we kind of started it, but we really wasn't. I don't think it was going anywhere, so we ain't done it in a couple since last week at all.
I think there's some kinks we got to work out yet, but
yeah, I mean, I think we need to really refine it and do like a whole spectated thing about it. But he started with something, and I thought it was a cool idea, so I respectfully asked him, and he's like, well, you didn't have to ask, but but it's respect. He did it first, and I thought it was a good idea, so I decided I wanted to do something like that. I changed it up to put my little twist on it, but it was kind of the same thing. And you really can't watch both videos that long, to be honest. It is what it is. It's just something I was playing around with. I'm learning, and he knows a lot more than I did, and I just wanted to try it. But out of respect, I came to him before I published it. I'm like, is it cool if I do this since you did it first? And he's like, sure, go ahead. Respect, even if you know the person personally, it's respect, because if they're doing something for their brand and you turn around and try to do it for yours and you don't ask, it's kind of disrespectful in my mind. Some people may not take it that way, but that's just me. And respect, at the end of the day, all you got is respect for people. If you respect everybody, you can make it a long way.
I'm kind of on the opposite end of that. But that's because of how I was raised. Like for me, you gotta respect is not an alienable human right. Like you gotta earn respect. You can't just like for me, you don't just like have my respect. Like, and that's been a point of contention with with me and my teenage son. Like he thinks everybody just automatically deserves respect. Like that's just, and I'm like, that's no, like that's not how it works. Like because if you're respecting somebody else and they don't respect you, then you're like, no, like you got to value yourself a little bit more than that. Like if, but yeah, like that goes two ways. Like I tell them random people on the street, like you can be nice to them without giving them your respect. You can just be like, oh yeah, hold the door for them, whatever. That's just like being a good person. Uh, but like you don't have to like respect them, right? Like you don't know them, they don't know you. They wouldn't take a bullet for you. That's for damn sure. So, anyways, that's a whole different topic. But yeah, I agree with what Mike's saying. Respect. But there's also a difference between being nice and being respectful. You can be nice without being like without respecting the guy. And just because you don't respect the guy doesn't mean you have to disrespect the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Right.
there's you can have both halves. On that, I wanted to segue into something else that it goes along with this streaming networking thing. Now, this is for people with extra disposable income. So keep in mind that this is for like, because some of these things cost good money, a good amount of money. But if you want to grow your network faster without you having to do much of anything, you just log on and you stream, and somebody else behind the scenes that is more in the know on the networking thing, they handle your thing basically. So Fiverr, me and Mike have used Fiverr in the past. They have people that will do like this one. I will design your professional logo and brand identity, and then that's just like somebody they'll design your whole brand identity if you don't. But there's even people that will go like, I will grow your Instagram following. I will grow your Twitter following. I'll grow your Twitch following. Like, and these are like pretty costly things. Some of these are like $400 or $500, right? So like, but what these people do is they will just grow like they'll go out and they know all the algorithms. Like I don't have the money to just be dropping on it. Some of them are like $1,100. Like this guy,
Damn.
like yeah, like these are like professionals that are going to do this, and it's usually like people that are like free. They just do this freelance, so they'll like say, okay, for like you contract me for 4 weeks. In those 4 weeks, I will guarantee you between this and this many followers and this many viewers or whatever, and like I will also like, and so then you basically turn over your Twitter account to them and your any other social media account you might have. You turn that over to them, and they will go to town for you. They will do all the work, and then all you gotta do is log on and stream. That being said, it is a expensive, costly. Like they got as low as $100, but like, you know, then you get what you pay for, and then they got like $300, $600, $1,100, and this is on Fiverr, of course. And I'm sure you can find other like uh similar services out there. But these people were like, yeah, they'll do all the work for you. Same with video editing. Like there's people that'll do YouTube video editing, and you just basically uh, do your stream, and then they will go in after your stream, download your bot, and they will bloop, 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 piece the video, get their video, and they'll be like, I'll guarantee you like 2 videos a week for, X amount of money. And then they'll tweet it out on your Twitter, and then and these are people that know the algorithms. Let me be clear. That's why you're paying for this. These are people who know how the algorithms work, know how to get your content in front of people, and it's not just you doing a trial by fire thing. Like, they know what they're doing, and they guarantee results or money back, etc., things like that. So, but yeah, that's an avenue you can go if you got extra disposable $500 income or whatever. That's a route you can go. Did you find any? I seen you pull it up.
Yeah, and to be honest, especially if you're starting out, I would not do anything. My suggestion is to not to do that yeah, even if you're doing it a year, it'd be hard pressed to do it because they can say, money back guarantee, but if they grow you 10%, you paid $1,200 for 10% or something like that. I mean, shit, you could probably do 10% just doing a little bit of research trying to figure it out. Unless they get you astronomical growth, like 100% of your money's worth of what you put in, something like that. But the thing is, if you don't know what they're doing and the service is up, who says it's going to stay like that? How many times have you seen people grow and one little thing happens and they lose all their following? You can have 3,000 Twitter followers and something happened. And next thing you know, you have 100, but you already spent all the money just to get that, just to turn around and lose it. And you got to also kind of watch it because, there is them fake accounts people pay for. So you're paying that person, say, $500. They're paying $100 on all these fake accounts and give you this big following until their service is up. And then that money runs out within, 30 days or so. You get the fake VODs account, you got the fake watch counts and stuff like that. There's just so much sketchiness about that. I mean, it's like I will shout you out to all my 500,000 TikTok followers for $150. All right, I pay this girl $150 to give me a shout out, do a TikTok for her 500,000 followers. Will anybody come over here and watch me on Twitch?
Maybe
probably
some,
not.
but
then again, you may get 10 people. You may get 20. But the thing is, they're watching this person because it's a cute young blonde girl. They probably really don't care what she's saying. That's another thing. Just to go back, and I am not knocking any gender, but females have a lot easier growth on any social media if they're young and pretty.
Yeah.
Us old, balding, gray, fat boys here. Well, I'm fat. You're, I'm bigger than you.
I'm $170. That's pretty fat.
Yep. So we put our face out there. Guess what? We're not probably going. We lucky we get like 1 or 2, 3 likes. You get a young, pretty blonde girl like that. She's got 500,000 TikTok. There's a reason why she's got that many followings. If she's just standing around doing a lip sync, they're not caring about she ain't being funny. She ain't putting out original content. She just dancing around lip sync. They're looking at her. So they come on, hey guys, come on, you go check out Blasphemy Games up on Twitch. He streams daily, nightly at so time. I really appreciate you checking him out. They're gonna be like, they may like a lot of it. She'll get a lot more traffic on her TikTok, but she's gonna get probably 100K likes on it, maybe probably a couple of followings. But for the traffic to come over to your social media, slim, very slim. It's just reality of life. That's just how it is. Because if you're on TikTok within 10 minutes, you're going to know what it's about. You see a guy being funny, oh, he got, a couple hundred likes. You see a girl just dancing around, lip singing, 100,000. They really ain't caring what she's having to say.
No, and that's just the business, right?
It is.
It's. Guys, we have to work harder at it, and that's just true. And everybody knows probably by now my stance on female streamers. I'm not against them, but if they're gonna be like tit streamers and is wearing the revealing clothing just to get views and stuff, like if you don't trust your if you don't have faith in your own content, like don't even hit the go live button. Just don't. Like if you gotta use your tits and shit and your body to get the views, like have faith in your content. I've been doing this on and off for years, but hardcore, with the schedule for about the last year, and I don't have a huge following, but damn, at the same time, I at least have a little bit of faith in my content, and that's why I'm always constantly tweaking things, and I'm always going to my social media and I'm dropping stuff on my social medias, and I'm trying to get my name out there because I have faith in it. Once the right audience, once my content hits the right people's eyes, once the right audience is found, I'll that's when I'll hit a growth spike. But until then, like
Right.
you got to have faith in your content, work that social
And,
aspect of it, because
and be true to yourself. Like I said, some people put on personas and stuff. If people like it, and that's what they want to do, I'm not knocking it. If I start acting in a character, you're not going to believe it because yeah, I could probably pull it off, but at the end of the day, it's not me. I'm more comfortable being me. I'm, you know, kind of a goofy guy sometimes, but a lot of
you
times I'm just
did you know you got
real.
did you know you got rated by
Yeah,
A420 King?
it's actually from the Rogue Mafia game. That's one of the
Ha!
guys that. Well, right after we got done talking about it, I looked over. I'm like, huh. Yeah, they're all gone. They didn't stick around. So, but
Yeah.
like I said, and like I said, I never knock anybody. I will talk shit about thoughts because that's what they are. They're to me, they're just you can't go generations of women speaking for equal rights and have people coming out in just their bikinis for men to throw money at them and tell them, I don't know why they're sexualizing me. You can't have it both ways, ladies. I'm sorry. I know ladies have intricate minds. You can't have it both ways. Not knocking it,
You
but see,
can't
here's
you
the thing:
can't speak out against misogyny and then try to profit
have
off of it, and then
and
profit
have
off misogyny. Like it doesn't work.
and have probably 70% of the female streamers using
Yeah,
people's misogyny.
that's what I'm saying. They profit off of it, and you can't be
And
against it and make money off of it. That's
and
ridiculous.
here and here's the thing, and I will say this: prove me wrong. Any female streamer out there, prove me wrong. Because here's the thing: on almost now, the granted, there's quite a few female streamers I popped in on that actually can play the games
Yeah.
and just destroy me at any fucking game they play. Like there's this one I can't remember her name right off topic, but I used to watch her and used to be her follower. I just don't follow her anymore. But she's actually got signed to a professional esport team for playing Apex, and she is hell of an Apex player. I mean, and that game can be fucking pretty fucking hard and toxic, but she, almost every game when she's with her teammates, they go out there and she'll drop a 20, 30 bomb easy. Me, I'm lucky if I drop 5. So she's on mouse keyboard. She is an actual professional gamer, and she don't go out there wearing these skinny tops. She has half the time she's got sweaters on, stuff like that, like little hoodies and stuff. She's not showing off her body. She's a cute girl. Don't get me wrong, but she ain't out there exploiting it. She's letting her gameplay speak for herself and her personality. She's got, kind of a nice, bubbly personality. A nice person to listen to and kind of chat with back and forth. She's got a hell of a following on Twitch, but the thing is, her camera is not half the screen with her sitting there in a fucking crop top. If any female streamer starting out that starts doing that, well, yeah, you're gonna get a big following, but they're not watching you for your fucking gameplay or content. They're watching to look at you because you got 20% of your screen taken up right there with you sitting in your chair with the green screen, and you're showing you from the waist up.
Right.
Most streamers are basically from you got the bust up. Guys usually don't unless they're in their background and they don't got a green screen. They're sitting at their desk when you see them. Most of you guys streamers are like we are now. You pretty much see from the bust up on our heads and stuff like that. You don't see our full body. Most female streamers that are trying to exploit without exploiting are sitting in their chair, the green screen, their cameras point almost all the way down to their legs, and you just see the whole torso. What are you really promoting there? Are you promoting gameplay or are you promoting look at my titties
Sexuality.
while I play games?
Yeah. But
It's like there's one on Facebook that started out. and was asking me stuff. Can't work on their stuff to save their life. Like I always say, if you're going to stream, know how to fix your shit on the fly. And that's what she does. She talks fucking. She's real raunchy and stuff. They're not there for your gameplay, there, sweetheart. They're there because you're got your titties hanging out and you're talking pretty nasty.
Talking like you're gonna
You
suck
know,
their dick if they
yeah,
subscribe to you.
and the thing is, if I'd be kind of embarrassed on some of the stuff that was said on stream, but that's just me. You know, I try to keep it level. You know, I'll cuss, carry on, and but I will not be exploiting or explicit details about certain things. But yet, they got a big following, and people drop, thousands of stars on her every fucking because they're not there for your gameplay. They're there because you're showing your tits off and you're being nasty.
Right. But we had a whole podcast about this, I believe.
Yeah.
Go again. Go watch all listen to all the podcasts. This is all stuff we've covered in the past, and it's like they're all there up on Buzzsprout. We're on Spotify. What are we on? We are on.
Some of them are taking forever to respond.
Yeah, we're on Spotify, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Deezer, Listen Notes. I thought you said you tried submitted to Amazon Music and they haven't gotten back to us. I've tried Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts and they haven't really done anything. We should have tried like Pandora and stuff too, but there's plenty of platforms is what I'm saying. You can get us straight from Buzzsprout if you type in the two random streamers. Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Deezer, and Spotify. Those are all, as well as Listen Notes. I don't know all those platforms. I just know, like, basically Spotify. But
I got them all. I got them on the screen right at the moment. Spotify, Podcast Addict, Podcasters, Deezer. That is the 4 that's listed right now. Like
there's
I said,
there's one more down there.
Is there one more? Listen Notes. And like I said, we hit a little bit of a milestone. It's big for us. We got to the 10. I think it was totally awesome when I got that email. And apparently my tweet was not appreciative, so I had to retweet it.
You know how it is. But yeah, we got this. After this episode goes up, it'll be a 6th episode. We do one a week. And like I said, this isn't just a podcast for like throughout the week when we don't have time because we're playing games on stream. We don't have time to like get into that topic, even if like we might touch on it and then we go back to playing the game. So this is a time where we just, like today was stream networking or whatever. Well, again, that doesn't mean we didn't go off onto other topics. This is our like time to talk and get everything out. So that way, the rest of the week we are able to play games and do whatever. So this will be episode 6. There's 5 other podcasts. First one was 2 hours. The other ones range between an hour and a half. So that's plenty just with the first 5, right? Or when the 6th goes up. That's a whole day's while you're at work worth of podcasts that you can just turn on and listen to. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus this one, 7, 8, about 7, 8 hours. Download them. Put them on. Just listen at work. Might as well listen to us instead of your annoying coworkers, right? Like, turn us on while you're sitting at the desk, whatever. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers. Spread the word. Like Mike said, we just hit 10 downloads on our podcast, and it's not a big number, I'm sure, to some people, but to me and him, we're very proud of it. Like, we started out saying nobody might listen. We might not get a single download. Nobody, and that's fine. We're not. We're just doing it. It started out as like a test type of thing. Mike had this idea. He came to me with it. And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. Because I'd been thinking about doing a podcast. Not really. I tossed the idea around, okay, in my own head and never spoke it aloud. But for, I don't know, quite a while. And then Mike came to me and he had the idea. I was like, hell yeah, we could do like a me and him back and forth podcast. Be the kind of like H3H3 does, but only 2 people instead of like 4. But it'd be much easier to go ahead.
Oh, like I said, and as always, if you ever have any topic you want us to cover, be more than happy to come. Drop us a line on Twitter. Drop us in, come in our stream and say, hey, next podcast, would you talk about this? Because a lot of times we get the topics when we're actually streaming together and we're playing together. We get off on a rant on something. Hey, we need to talk about that. That's how it kind of came out because we've been, like I said, playing together, and I've been wanting to do a podcast for a while and not really knowing, a good format of how to do it. And, apparently JJ's been wanting to do the same thing. And we get on topics when we're streaming, but as I said, we're playing games, so we really can't get in depth in our conversations, because for one thing, people are coming in to, rather watch us play and be, interactive with that instead of getting into deep conversations like we are now about networking and streaming and stuff like that. So we decided to pick a day, maybe do an hour or so and come in here and kind of more elaborate and different topics. And like I said, a lot of times it just may say one topic, but we'll touch in 3 or 4 different ones.
Right.
But if anybody ever wants anything, like if you hear something, we say something passing during the podcast or on stream and want us to elaborate on, drop a suggestion. We will.
And that goes hand in hand with, if you guys have ideas for topics for the show, reach out to us on our social medias. I always put them in my descriptions of any YouTube video. Mike does the same thing. You can reach us here on Twitch. Obviously at twitch.tv/thunder_Ronin is Mike, and twitch.tv/blast BLASPHE is me. If you just send us a message there and you say, hey, like the podcast, hey, what are you talking about this? We'll talk about it. Again, find us on Buzzsprout. Find us on Spotify, which is like the biggest platform we're on right now. We've got verified on Spotify. So
yep.
Pandora is probably next. What else was I gonna say? You can reach us on our Facebook gaming pages. I don't keep up on mine as much as I should. You're better off finding us on me, at least on Twitch, YouTube. You can send a direct message. Twitter, if you message me, tweet at me on Twitter. I'll definitely
tag us in it.
I'm on Twitter a lot. I'm on. I'll see it on my. Yeah, so there's lots of ways to get a hold of us. Tune into our streams nightly. For me, it's Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to whenever. I don't know what and that's Central Time. Mike is.
I may back off a little bit because, doing it nightly can kind of wear you out. But right now, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern time for me. But, a lot of times we get on about, roughly same time here lately. Speaking of which, I got to change our things on top of our links on top of our things back to Twitch.
Yeah, because right now it says Facebook, huh?
Yeah, I've been looking at it. I'm like, I got to change that now because, we was over on Facebook, but we kind of...
More of an experiment.
It was an experiment. The experiment started off fine, but within a week or two, like I said, it goes back to the networking with other streamers, then going down, and what the heck is that?
Oh. But at either rate, that's probably a good place to end it. We're going live.
Yeah, wrap it up. But I gotta take this phone. Go real fast.
Yeah, that's fine. So we will be going live tonight. We're doing some Fortnite. The new season's out. We're gonna throw some battle passes down. If you guys are listening to this late, 8/28/2020, we're gonna be doing some battle pass giveaways tonight on stream. I'm gonna try to do that throughout the season, every Friday throughout the season. Mike is at Thunder Ronin on Twitch, Thunder_Ronin on Twitch. I'm at Blast on Twitch. Guys, even if you don't, I'm just saying, we got about 8 hours of podcasts in the books now. So if you download all of them, all 6 episodes, you guys will have a full day's worth of work of podcasts to listen to. We're not the most entertaining people, but hey, we talk about things. We give our opinions on things. Whether you like it or hate the opinions, it's always good to have to maybe expand your mind. Like maybe you think differently. One of my best friends doesn't agree with my view on tit streams. Like he's adamantly on the other side of this topic, but him and I still talk about it and we converse about it, and that's just where we get. Like we're on different sides of it, but we're still friends at the end of the day. So that being said, Mike's gonna probably give his sign off. I am gonna let him wrap it up. And thanks for tuning into the podcast. If you tuned in live, if you're tuning in late, hey, thanks for downloading and giving us those numbers. We love doing this. We love interacting and talking about things. So don't be shy to hit us up. Mike, wrap this up.
Sure will. Thank you. Bless me. We will be going live tonight unless something changes. Whatever time is good for Bless me there. But like you said, we appreciate all the love on this podcast so far. 10 downloads, which is awesome for us. We've only been doing it, a month?
Yeah.
And everybody, showing the love coming in while we're streaming. It's always everything. Nothing is ever required, but it's always appreciative. I say that every time because it's true. If we don't have nobody watching, we're just two strange guys putting this out on the internet. But we keep doing it because, like I said, at the end of the day, it's fun. Get to know people, interact with everybody. This podcast is becoming, pretty good. We're getting it tuned in. We have had some hiccups here and there, which, it's dealing with technology. It happens, and dealing with Discord and stuff like that. For some reason, cameras are acting weird every once in a while, like mine's backed up today. That's why I don't got my cool background, but we will be back next week. It's hard to keep on a schedule with this sometimes. Like I said, it's Friday afternoon, which normally it's Wednesday night. But we'll try to keep it on a schedule, guys. But much love to you all for coming in and the downloads, the watching, just everything that goes on. We're really appreciative. And like I said, later on tonight, we will be giving away some battle passes.
Pending that pending that we hit certain goals. I'm not gonna if there's just one viewer, I'm not just gonna give it out to one viewer. No. But
so get it out there, guys. Get it out there.
Tell your friends, tell your loved ones.
Well, speaking of which, I'm gonna put his link right there and he don't have to ask because I respect him enough. He don't have to. I'm gonna do it myself. So tonight, check out Blasphemy Games there, Blast, twitch.tv/blast. Check him out. Get him some numbers. Get him as many people in here throughout the night, and he'll give away a battle pass. Same way with me.
As long as people are coming in and the numbers are there, I'll be dropping battle passes. So if there's let's say 20 people in my stream all night, and people just keep coming in, then I'm gonna keep dropping battle passes. So until I end the stream. And Friday night is a long stream for both of us. You should know when I say all night, it might go from 7 at night to 2, 3 in the morning. So
last Friday night, 3 o'clock in the morning for me. So guys, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies, smack them in the face, say Thunder Ronin and Blast is going to give away Fortnite battle passes all night. Let's get the hype going. Let's get 20, 30 people in here all night. Let's share some love. Let's people get the battle pass. And like I said, man, there's some stuff in there. We got to do squads. Hey, I am not above having 2 other people coming in, and let's do some stuff.
Right? As long as your guys are active and don't just come in to the stream, they'll be like the first second you've been there, first time you've been there, first message is, hey, play with me.
Yeah.
Actually, chat in the chat, interact. We don't mind playing with viewers, but you gotta put in some effort too, guys. But
chat it up with us. Hit that follow